Pine?
Yes, in opposition, Mr. Speaker.
Please proceed.
Just in rebuttal to, I'm a little perplexed by the majority floor leader's comments. One thing that stuck out in my mind that she said that we all have to plan for our future. Well, that's why the minority caucus is against this bill, is because these people did plan for their future very meticulously. And that's why they're living here in Hawaii with their families. So on one hand, she's saying plan for your future, but on the other hand, she's saying it's okay that we stick it to you, even though you plan for your future, because we need the money. I'm also perplexed by what the representative from Manoa said so briefly. He admitted that yes, in the future, all pensions will be taxed. That is why the Republican caucus here is against this bill, because it opens the door, and so on this reason we stand with AARP. They know what they're talking about, and they just admitted it on the House floor. That's the goal, the future goal, all pensions taxed. We'll believe that that is wrong, Mr. Speaker. The representative from Manoa also said, don't worry, it'll be later down the line, maybe 15, 20 years, you can plan. Will he put that in writing? Will every person on this floor put it in writing that next year, the following year, and the following years after that, that we're not going to keep raising this tax and lowering the amount to the point where it is what the original bill was, $37,500? Is everyone here willing to put that in writing? In the beginning of this session, Mr. Speaker, the minority caucus started this session on the basic premise. We need to keep our word to the people. All these bills that we discussed this whole day, Mr. Speaker, if you add them all up, it's probably going to be over $1 billion that we are taking out of the economy of the state of Hawaii that people thrive on, and we're putting it into government. So in the beginning of this session, Mr. Speaker, all we want is what I'm asking right now. Let's put things in writing. And we introduced amendment to all the tax increases that supposedly raise money for the highway fund, that you're actually going to use that money for what you're going to say you're raising the money for. But this body voted that amendment down, saying, nah, we don't want to put it in writing. So that's why the AARP is so afraid and concerned about this bill, because they don't believe that it's going to be just this thing for the rich. It's going to be for everybody, even if you just make $10,000 a year in pension.
Thank you very much. Representative Marumoto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm still in opposition.
Please proceed.
The handsome representative from Manoa said we shouldn't surprise people, and I totally agree with him. And on the other hand, the Barbara Kim Stanton of AARP said this was a shock to the members of their organization. So it's more than a surprise, it's a shock. And what is even more surprising to them is that this bill is actually retroactive back to January 1st. So this will go into effect for this taxable year. Yes, it's only maybe 3,000 people, but I think the seniors are quaking in their boots. They're extremely concerned that, you know, they're paying a lot of taxes to the federal government and increased taxes on the state level. And as the good Representative Lilly have pointed out, costs are going up, the cost of living. So it is really a scary proposition for our senior citizens. The good majority leader cited many cases about the power of the state to tax. And his brilliant obfuscation was hard to match. I am not a lawyer, but I do not contest the fact that the state does have the sole power to tax and should not be taken away. But on the other hand, I believe that power can be abused, and I think we're abusing it today. We passed a series of taxes that are just as long as my arm, on fuel, on weight taxes, on registration and freight, surcharges on all sorts of licenses from all different departments. We're delaying deductions and we're taking away exemptions. And really, what are we doing to our people? I think we should stop and take a deep breath. Thank you.
Thank you very much.